fellow Magic players. This is the final round of the match between Jens Ole and Henrik. Jens Ole on the right with the Naya Zoo and Henrik on the left with a red-white control-ish deck. Jens Ole starts out with a City of Brass into a Curd Ape. In the previous recordings, recording the first two matches was won by Henrik. The final one in a pass because of a dubious Wheel of Fortune from Jens Ole, so he might have won that one. Yeah, I see that the players put the dice down in an angle where we can't see them, so we'll fix that. And the life total is at the bottom left corner on this recording. I'll do my best to keep track of it as the game goes by. So, Henrik, Jens Ole plays a sushi and Henrik responds by spirit linking it. So, that's pretty trollish. And it sort of just keeps on producing threats here. I wonder if Henrik will have enough answers for this. Even though Henrik are ahead, is ahead 2 games. Oh, he's sourced to pouches it. Okay, so back to scratch. Back to square one at 2020 live. As said, even though they play, or even though Henrik has won the 2 previous matches, the last set of games on this channel between these 2 gentlemen, Jens Ole won that one 2-1. So if Henrik can manage to win this one, he will be ahead in total games. So it's still pretty important for them. So Jens Ole swings for the factory, and now Henrik can get a liner that'll stop that factory in its tracks. So Jens Ole doubles down with a Sarah Angel. So that's a lot of big creatures coming out of Jens Ole, and Henrik attacks with the line, and that, yeah, it screams, I have a lightning bolt or I have a balance. So Jens Ole just concedes the damage. No, he doesn't. He does something else. He actually plucks it with the sushi, netting Henrik 4 life, but killing the lion. I think that's a brilliant play. That's much better. Now the lion is gone, and those 4 life won't matter that much. Now they're gone, as the angel swings for 4. So even though that sushi is spirit linked, it can still do some damage to Henrik. But as I said, it seems like Henrik had both the bolt and the balance in this game, so after the lion dies, he just balances in that and then bolts Jens Ole's face in order to empty his hand for as many cards as possible before the balance resolves. But the factory is still there, and it does work on Henrik. And this will replace Mana Bird. So with the City of Brass, a Mana Bird, and dual land and white pearl, he's pretty stabilized in mana. The factory finally dies to another lightning bolt. It's amazing how many removal spells Henrik has in his deck. But I suppose that's the way he wins. I mean, he just keeps on destroying your stuff until he can lock you in. It seems like Jens Ole, he has the mana, but I think he's saving up to get into lower range at this moment. So he just, he's just playing it passively here. Henrik has played a Jarlamtone. Not as good as the library, but it'll help him as well. Okay, so Insoli couldn't resist the temptation to play a Sarah Angel, but it's immediately removed from play. And Henrik just passes the turn. And as always, I don't know how many cards he has in hand. I think it's about 5, maybe 6. And soon he'll be within lower range. Until then, he can't do much. There's a lion. So now, yeah, it's 6 cards, and he plays a Mace of Fifth just to keep the lion at bay. It's debatable. You could have opted to take the damage from the lion and then get into a lower range turn sooner, but I suppose that's dangerous as well when Henrik plays with as much burn as he does. Oh, and there goes the library. So all that saving cards was for no avail. And there goes the bird. So Henrik is trying to keep Insoli from emptying his hand on the table now. But I think he could use that Swords to Plowshares on a different creature, because it's not like Henrik has mana trouble. But I get why he does, why he did. Okay, so there's a gargoyle out, and it is able to pump for 1, so that's perfect. It'll stop the ape in its tracks, as it'll become a 2/3, like the Kurt ape. So Insoli is contemplating something here. Suppose it's a bit of a decision actually. I think I've shortened the video here because it took so long. Okay, he decides to fireball the Granite Gargoyle and does it with sufficient mana so the Gargoyle can't survive by getting boosted by the red mana. And then the ape can get in. So now Insoli is the aggressor here, as he has a Mace of Fifth to block the Savannah line, and no, he doesn't. It's a mountain now. But Henrik still opts to keep the line back, and yeah, and Insoli can just disenchant the Blood Moon because he has that Bird of Paradise out, so he's for once able to resist that lockdown. So the more I'm watching these games, the more crucial those birds seems to be, because I don't think Insoli plays with that many planes. But he also has the Pearl at this point, so he's actually pretty secured against a Blood Moon. There's a land tax. Insoli has another disenchant. Yeah, that was probably okay. It was a bit of a decision between the Jarlamtone and the land tax, but I think the land tax is probably the better option to remove. So here's the ape swings again, and some dogs enter the battlefield. And I wonder what he'll do. Okay, Henrik tries to draw something out of this. Yeah, that disenchant is not worth much. Okay, and he tries to expand his mana base. Not the best draws for this situation, but you can't choose them. Okay, and he chooses to block the elf to trade there, and the ape gets in again. So he's down to 10 life at this point. He needs to make something happen here. Thinking things over. And he plays a troll, so now he has a block against that 8, but Jens-Ole will have none of it. He just removes it from the game. At least it provided a bit of life for Henrik, but he really needs something to stop that Kurt Ape from punching him every turn. And until he plays this Sylvan Library that is immediately removed with a disenchant. And Henrik plays the Savannah Lion and then Stone Raise the Mesa 5th. So now they're pretty open. They can actually, every time Jens-Ole attacks now, Henrik can attack back with the Lion. And it's not a perfect situation because Henrik has a lot less life, but at least he can do some damage back. Oh, and here's the monkey. Not sure why Henrik didn't attack there with the Lion, but maybe he was too afraid that Jens-Ole would remove the Granite Gargoyle, and he said 8 life now. That's the danger zone against a burn deck like Jens-Ole's. Okay, so Henrik flies over with the Granite Gargoyle and hits Jens-Ole. And Jens-Ole removes the Yalom Tome. Not sure about that play because now Jens-Ole can strike back with the Kurt Ape. And Henrik can't keep trading like this. Bring him to 6 life. That's 2 balls. He really shouldn't do that. Okay, now he has a factory and now he has a sushi. So that changes everything. Now he's pretty secure. He can still be killed by direct damage though, but at least he can attack safely. And Jens-Ole decides to let the Granite Gargoyle in, contemplating for a moment to block it with the birds, but he didn't want to yet. So he's looking through his graveyard at this moment. Perhaps he has a regrowth. Could take a disenchant against the sushi or something similar. Oh, okay. The Mesa 5th, perhaps? Yep. So he regoes the Mesa 5th and plays it immediately. Just to try and hold the attackers back because Henrik is really has put on the pressure now. So Henrik needs to find a way to get rid of that Mesa 5th, but he can still attack. And block the Kurt Ape's return attack with the factory if he wants to. Okay, so Jens-Ole just blocks everything. I guess not wanting to take any more damage. Okay, that's why. A balance. That's a dramatic upheaval. Just crushes the the advantage Henrik had. I mean, he still has a factory, but Jens-Ole has the Mesa 5th. It's a Felverstone and a Sea of Brass, and neither of which will help Henrik a lot. And now it's Jens-Ole's turn to get out some attackers. Oh, but Henrik gets the good top deck card now because he can pump that one of the defending factories with the other factory he just played. And then it can pump itself and it will trade equally with the sushi. They'll both die. So that was pretty useful draw for Henrik. He passes the turn. Both players just putting down the land, and here comes the Sarah Angel. Okay, but there's still that Mace of Death. So Jens Ole is still safe. Both armies are amassing at the border here. It doesn't take much to tip the balance. Oh, and there's a stone rain, and now he can attack and he can block the sushi with the factories if the sushi counter attacks, so he doesn't have to sacrifice his angel. Oh, but Jens Ole top decks and a Chaos Orb. That saves his bacon. Goodbye, angel. So, there's a new stalemate. 2 factories against the sushi. The mace is gone, the angel is gone. It's a Sylvan Library. It will help in this locked situation. Jens Ole to get the card he needs, perhaps. Who knows? Gets the strip mine. Ooh, this is so close. Yeah, actually I can activate. I can use it to pump the factory one last time here. Yeah, he activates the factory and pumps it as a response with the other factories. So if Jens Ole attacked, he'd have to trade with the factory for the sushi. With the sushi, and oh no. It's only got a stone rain. He just gets everything he needs now. That Sylvan Library really helps him. So now the sushi can get in. Such an epic play. This is so close. Okay, this is it, I guess. Here we go. Okay. Oh, that's one dead sushi. So Henrik is at 2 life at this point, and Jens Ole is at 10. Anything can happen here. That's a land tax. It's not what Henrik needs. The moment Jens Ole draws a bolt, it's game over. Let's see what happens. The Sylvan Library helps him to dig further into the deck. Nothing useful. Okay, Henrik activates the land tax at this point. Henrik is almost dead on life, and his deck has almost run out as well. Probably. Or so it seems, probably from using land tax, but he needs to thin the deck. Everything counts here. That's a blood moon. Very important. I mean, red mana is still dangerous for Henrik, but at least he doesn't have to contend with all the other stuff that can come out of Jens Ole, and that's an Ernamjin. Okay, Henrik, you have... Can you pull yourself from the jaws of defeat one last time? Let's see. This is nerve-wracking. A real nail biter, this one. Okay, Jens Ole's turn. Here comes... Is there a vault? No, it's a green mouse. Here comes the attack. Okay, that's it. Wow. That was a pretty epic game. Very epic game, actually. They just kept on top digging all the answers they needed for so long. So after this, it's I guess it's my turn to try my luck against these 2 gunslingers, and I'm planning on bringing this guy to the party this time. I think he's actually one of the stronger legends, but he's very susceptible to red and blue blast after sideboarding. But it should provide perhaps an advantage against the Disco Troll deck, because he has Swamp Walk, and I have a lot of black spells that he will provide life for, and could be interesting as I often need a bit more life, because using the City of Brass and Serendip is pretty hard on my life total. But yeah, I brought him in, and I brought back the Shatter and removed some stuff. So I'll get into all that in a later video. This match ended 2-1 in the red-white's favor, so Henrik and Jens Ole are perfectly evenly scored at this moment, at least in terms of the videos that are on this channel. So they have everything to play for in their next match. So as said, next up it's the Mono Black's turn to dance with the red-white deck and the Naya Zoo deck. So let's see what happens there, and thank you for watching.